Good morning to our community, ladies and gentlemen who are passing through watching with interest. My exposure targeting channel, which is exposing clinical, close-up, illegal, criminal practicing, non-consensual researchers who are taking daily photographs for 18 years now of my whole human anatomy, my family members, my brother and my mother whole human anatomy, all the changes, and also doing human behavioural modification programs, neuroscience, skullduggery, and trying to wind us up and trap us via subliminal messaging, artificial sound, false skullduggery, trying to drive us insane. And they've done various programs modified for each one of us. For myself, trying to drive me insane, trying to put me into mental health and disable us. For my mother, trying to disable her and line her up for elderly care home institutions. And my brother, we're doing deep psychology on him, via the voices school, psychological warfare, subliminal messaging, artificial sound, getting into his conscious and subconscious mind, and I've either killed him or psychologically abused him for him to leave Coventry, or they've kidnapped him and brainwashed him and gave him identity and put him somewhere in an institution, somewhere in the UK or around Europe or elsewhere around the world. So that's the three different scenarios I can think of. And so I'm showing this website, Shuttercock Images, shutterstock.com, and it's linked to the clinical close-up research that these abusers from wherever they come from, and they've got plenty of manpower from UK, NHS England. Oh, they're hired by NHS England medical industry, or to do it for the NHS England medical industry, for colleges, for universities, for practitioners, for GPs, for students, researchers worldwide, that they sell the data to. Now, because they've been doing it for 18 years, they've done the whole human anatomy from head to toe. With the neuroscience, they'll do the brain, the eyes, embryology, and watch your targets, everyday sociology, human behavioural interactions, communications, the voice, learning how to map out the brain from A to Z, picking up the neurons, the signals for each letter of the alphabet. And I watch, like my mother, I watch her go to further school education. That's adult education. And I picked up all her neurons and the way she communicates and the way she writes. So that's one of the major sub-projects they've done for neuroscience, mapping out the human brain. While the human anatomy part, that's why I've disabled my legs, my feet. That's another sub-project in itself, going out to feet specialists. Are also watching me working, exercising. They can detect your heart, your lungs, and then watching us eating, another sub-project in itself, studying the digestive system, stomachs, and also the immune system when it comes to when they detain me illegally, because I forgot to a fraudulent files, studying the effects of drugs that they forced me on, studying the eyes, studying my communication, studying the way I was working, walking, exercising, because we're watching in the gym as well. So watching the muscles grow, Liver Cell Project, studying muscle mass, studying the solidified body, and studied the whole human structure, because they captured everything of my body. So there must be very big money in it for these idiots to have listed us, and not only just to us in Coventry, and shown it all around the UK, all over the world. And there's big books in it. If they've done it for 18 years, think how much money they're making in clinical close-up trials, research, studies, and taking photographs of every part of the whole human anatomy, sending it on to researchers worldwide in universities and colleges. They easily make $1 million a year. So for 18 years, studying me and my family, and whoever they're passing it on to will make names for themselves as researchers, written papers, written journals. And also doing seminars, conferences, video conferences, Zoom meetings, obviously editing out our names, putting fraudulent names in, or making out this all consented. This is why the police have to investigate them all and get to the bottom of it all and issue major warrants for the arrests of everyone involved in Coventry Council, healthcare, NHS, mental health, psychiatrists, sociologists, mental health administrators, to neurologists from Coventry University Hospital and from the Cadden Centre. Investigate every single aspect of what they've done to me, my mother and my brother. And also warning the mental health administrators, do not shout and scream. You will not use the neighbours or anyone in Coventry for statement or witness reports to try and detain me, because he's done all that school degree in 2014, knowing at that time my mother was away, and he trying to get similar stitch up, similar frame up via the family court protection, and that's why I'm exposing it all. I demand the UK government intelligence teams to go and speak to the Prime Minister and make sure that these people in Coventry, the local councillors, judge and jurors, have to arrest the mental health administrators, have to arrest the social workers and the healthcare abusers, who are these illegal covert operators, clinical close-up capturing, defrauding covert operators who've got a database of other people's bodies, other people's activities, and edit it all, and then try and state it's me, my mother, or my brother, to try and get detentions under misdiagnosis, under abusive of authority use of the UK Mental Health Act. So realise, everyone, these covert operators have to go to prison, and the UK government cannot let them carry on using internet technology to stream all their illegal, non-consented research that they've done on us, studies that they've done on us. Does not leave the UK, and they have to close their network down. So they're going to have to get in cyber security intelligence teams to find the internet network coming out of my mother's house, at my flat, and out of Coventry, and being sent to Coventry University Hospital, to the Coventry senior psychiatrists, mental health administrators, healthcare management, and the NHS board of directors, and whoever they research with, Coventry University, Warwick University, and find their laptops, investigate their servers, and find out everything, all the research they've done on me, my mother and my brother, and throw them in prison under the Geneva Convention, under major violations of the Geneva Convention, and under crimes against humanity, trial them under the Nuremberg Treaty and throw them in prison. And whoever these covert operators are, they're using loads of rogue covert operators, rogue mercenaries, UK trained armed forces connected operators, and using criminal-minded old doorman association and criminals from Coventry to aid and abet them as overt and covert operators. They've set up a big massive network on me every day. Wherever I go, I'm my mother and I'm my brother, and I want a major internal and external investigation because they're getting free research of me and my family members, and they've captured our bodies, and while they're capturing our bodies, they're emitting radiation on our brains and the whole human anatomy, trying to deteriorate and disable our bodies from head to toe. So TRs, that's why a lot of us are targeted. It's all linked to medical in the UK, NHS England, to the worldwide TRs, medical industry. Rather, whoever do the human behavioural modification programs is because they're lining targeted individuals up to try and detain them under the Mental Health Act in your country. And depending on how old you are, they try and disable you and put you into anti-care home institution as well. So everyone digest it all, psychoanalyse it all, and governments worldwide. You need to investigate what targeted individuals are exposing. I know what we're doing around here, and there needs to be a major investigation in the UK because loads of targeted individuals exposing it all, and we do not consent for our whole lives and whole human anatomy to be studied on, researched on, and put under clinical close-up trials and comparisons against other people's bodies for these covert operators and their networks, internet networks, and the juniors that are getting the free research, will probably pay for it, but the juniors that get it all, and the people who work in the medical industry that get it all, and whoever's submitting them as their research, they're getting paid thousands to millions of pounds of money. While the targeted network is all from overt operators to covert operators to the people abusing the community and workplace mobbers, there's all different pay structures. So the foot level, people just walk past, staring, they get the least money. Someone driving past in a car, beeping the horn, they get the least money, depending what kind of activity they do. If they start acting to try and wind up and trap the target, they'll get paid a bit more money. If they've allowed their bodies to be captured, they'll get more money. If they've allowed their bodily functions to be captured, they'll get more money. They're the ones who volunteer and being trained to do the targeting program in the future. Obviously, there's people out there who are just capturing, walking past, who've got no knowledge of these abusing covert operators, want to be researchers, capturing people walking down the street. There's plenty of people out there who are getting paid for it, and there's all different levels of these people getting paid, or criminal-minded people getting paid. The workplace setups like they've done on me, it's obvious that a lot of people are getting paid to try and wind me up, to try and entrap us into a moment of rage, a moment of madness, into a reaction. And so they got paid for it. So all the various companies that I worked at, 8 companies after 2004, a lot of them people got paid to try and wind me up, to try and bait us, to try and entrap us in the works area. Well, there was idiots out there who were allowed to be studied on, going to a toilet, rushing to the toilet, or lifting, doing work activities and lifting up various items. For instance, when I worked in the furniture company for 13 years, we were getting paid to lift furniture up, at the expense of me being illegally studied on, illegally researched on. And we've got certain people out there who when I was driving, I drove my car for a couple of hours and I didn't feel like driving. They got paid. There's other people out there who volunteered to go out in their car, all gets edited to try and make out it was me who was controlling the car. And they were getting paid. That's another sub-project in itself. What I've picked up from clever operators, that they can ban me from driving when I don't drive bad, and been pulled over by the police, never had an accident, never got a speeding ticket. So realise everyone, they're fraudsters as well. These clever operators are I'm exposing. The senior leader, I want him imprisoned long term, very long time, because it's training a new breed, a new generation of clever operators to be active criminal minded like he is. So he's corrupted racketeering and he's made thousands, a million probably, doing this all over the world. And that's why targeted individuals are exposing the targeted network, the targeted abusers who are hired hands and pass all the data on to the local authorities who work in healthcare, the medical industry and the mental health industry, who want to detain and abuse targets corruptedly and racketeer with overt and covert operators. So everyone, have a good day, digest it all, and to you always keep it real, keep it down, don't get baited, don't get entrapped into madness. Everyone out.